right. Are we going? There we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. We got more rain coming in here. It was raining this morning really, really hard. And then we got a little shower this afternoon, but there's one coming in now that is definitely brought the temperature. Actually, let's see, what are we at? Yeah, it's definitely brought it down inside, even inside the camper. But I just went outside just before the stream started, and it was definitely much cooler. But you could see another batch of rain is coming in. So whoopee. But we actually, the rain's not a bad thing. We'll take the rain. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. I said lots of things to talk about, and we're going to get into some different things here. But before we start, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to be decent and kind in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. So as long as you can abide by those very simple rules, we can have a great talk tonight and enjoy each other's company. And that is the ultimate game plan anyway, right? So, all right. So before we get started, we already are at 166 with only 69 thumbs up. So real quickly, I'm going to ask you to shoot a thumbs up to start us off here, get the ball rolling in the right way. And I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, it is really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction, the better off will be. So I thank you for that reason as well. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. All right. So my goodness, there is a lot going on out there in the world. Very interesting stuff. We're gonna a couple things we're gonna talk about. Let's talk about the big one first that happened today at 4 o'clock in the morning. Apparently, somebody doesn't like the Georgia Guidestones because they set a bomb off, blew up one of the columns all together. So I thought that was really interesting. I mean, apparently that pissed somebody off. So that was a very, I mean, obviously an act of sabotage. So they're going to be flipping out because somebody obviously used explosives to do that. It was a lightning strike. Yeah, well, lightning strikes don't blow up granite columns. So that like I said, it'll be really interesting to see how that one plays out. But I just was like, because according to Guidestones, we need the world population to be at 500 million total. So, yeah. So apparently somebody didn't like it, so they decided to blow that up. And like I said, that'll be really interesting to see how that one plays out. And they were obviously not very well versed in explosives. Well, maybe they were just going for damaging one of the columns. They figure if they blow up one of the columns, who knows? I mean, I don't know if they were all wired to go. I have no idea. I haven't heard anything else about that yet. But other than the fact that they had the helicopter view of everything, and I thought it was pretty wild actually. So they were a little unhappy. Yeah, they thought they were using fireworks, right? That's a whole lot of M80s. That's a whole lot of M80s. So that was the first thing that I saw. But it's just like, really? I mean, I get that people get pissed off about the Georgia Guidestones, and there's like all the mystery surrounding it and all that times. It's just, who cares? I mean, it was cherry bombs. There you go. Yeah. But so yeah, that was a very, like I said, it was at least everyone will have to acknowledge the reality of the Georgia Guidestones now. Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, here's the weird part. So there, what was it in the mountains or the desert of Arizona? There was some other things as well, and they found out there's some metal objects like in the middle of the desert, and then people started going to them, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. Just got the video of the county deciding to tear down the rest of the pillars. They were tearing down the whole thing. Oh, really? probably saying it's a safety hazard. So, but oh yeah, JJ says it's a distraction. Everything is a distraction, folks. Everything that they do is a distraction. So here's another one that I actually did want to talk about too that I thought was quite interesting. What are we up to? 329 now. We got only 134 thumbs up, guys. Come on, please with the thumbs up. Let's get that jamming up today. Let's see where we can get that at. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that, and thank you ahead of time. And again, it really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is. And I do appreciate it for that reason as well. Uh, but anyway, and again, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. And thank you ahead of time. All right. So the other thing that I saw now, so oil prices are coming down a little bit. It'd be interesting to see that correlated to pump, but that generally doesn't go hand in hand. Only when they raise prices of oil does they immediately raise the price at the gas pump. It takes a while for them to bring it back down. But I just saw an article. Now here's a ponderance. Here's a question that I have. They just said that last month in June that we shipped out 5 million barrels of oil for overseas. Okay. They said that our refineries are working to capacity. So they're maxed out. They're working to capacity. So if that's the case, why is our gas prices where they're at? If we're working to complete capacity, hey, Candace, been a hardcore member for 12 months now. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Um, if why would the gas? Why would if we're at capacity for production? Why is there supposedly a shortage? Why are we having issues? Why are we shipping 5 million gallons in a month overseas? Does that make any kind of sense? Okay. So, but yeah, it's there's we are being and again strictly 100% my opinion. We are being played like a fiddle. They're just completely just lying straight face to us constantly, making excuses of why to raise the prices. The oil companies are making a fortune off of this. Uh, Gas is 491 here in Sugarland, Texas. We are at 469 here in West Virginia. 469 in West Virginia. I know when I left New York, it was 499 in New York. So, yeah. So what's everybody else at? I'm just curious. We got Melissa said they're 477 in Pennsylvania. Where is everybody else at gas wise prices? Just so we can get a kind of a comparison. 525 in Utah. Wow. 419 in Missouri yesterday. 579 for Janet. She's got to be in California. 419 in Georgia. 469 in northern Florida. 479 North Dakota. 1050 in Norway. God, how do you guys do that? That's insanity. No wonder you all have little bitty cars over there. We got Wisconsin at 425, 434 in Oklahoma City, 485 in Michigan, 469 in Long Island, 489 in Rhode Island, 419 in Oklahoma. Waterloo, New York is 459. 399 in south of Dallas. Okay. Tennessee is 449. 409 in North Carolina. 416 in Round Rock, Texas. 455 in Baltimore. 469 in Maryland. 469 in Ohio. So it's weird. You get different and there's the 456 in Princeton. Okay, thank you, Sheila. Yeah, I had I guess it was 469 down here, up here. Yesterday I was out yesterday. So West Tennessee 409 to 433. So isn't it weird how 689 in San Francisco? Wow, 880 a gallon in Newfoundland. That's just, yeah, Canada's got it bad too. I know that. 429 in Georgia, 559 Northeast Seattle. You guys out on the West Coast are getting screw jobbed bad, real bad. You guys overseas, everybody in Canada, wow, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And again, how do they expect people to survive? You know, when it costs a fortune to fill up your car, and then if you fill up your car and you go to the grocery store, you're broke, absolutely broke. It all costs so much more. And Canada is getting another increase next week. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Over $7 if you go to Los Angeles. Wow, that's crazy. Well, I know when I was out in California a couple years ago, when we had gone out there with the motorcycle tour, it was wicked expensive then, where everybody else was a lot cheaper. So, oh, I gotta see, guys, I gotta tell you this one. Oh my God, I laughed so hard. I don't know if you saw this one or not. So Newsom, now you got to understand, there is a mass exodus happening in California, a mass exodus happening in, yep, oh, yes, it is. I like Doritos. One of my purchases at grocery shopping the other day, and then we got Cheez-Its. But I had the box of Cheez-Its, so I know it's like I keep that stuff over here. I try not to eat that too much, but anyway, so what was I? See, now you distracted me. My point is absolutely gone. Oh my God, what was I saying? Uh, but anyway, it's just things have gotten. Oh, Newsom, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for bringing me back on track. Okay, so thank you. It was completely gone. It was gone, but it's back. I got it. All right, thank you so much. You got to gently push me on track. That's how it works. Um, so anyway, Newsom comes up with a thing geared towards Florida. So you got, first of all, so you got like mass exodus out of California, mass exodus out of New York, right? So this moron does a campaign ad for Florida saying, "Come to California. We will still protect women's rights and blah 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 blah." Right? And I laughed so hard. I laughed so hard. Um, I'm like, really? You really think that people are going to go, "Oh, holy crap! Yes, everything's cheaper in Florida, but I'm going to go to California where everything's ridiculously expensive." Just like these people are so delusional. It is mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing to me. So I definitely, anyone leaving California is leaving to escape the politics. Don't bring them with us. Yeah. Well, the thing is, people are leaving California because of the policies, not the politics. Well, the politics dictate what the rules are going to be, which is true. But, um, they are, the taxes are like I said, taxes in California, taxes in New York are absolutely ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And so it amazes me, and people just kind of go, yeah, okay, that sounds great. You know, I don't get, I don't know how people, I don't know how people do it. And I don't believe how they could be that delusional to think that people are going to leave like Florida to go to California. So unbelievable. So how about this too? So like I said, I wanted to kind of bounce around in this stream and talk about a bunch of different crap that's going on. So New York State, oh, wonderful New York State. I'm glad I'm not there most of the time anymore. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not miss it at all, not at all. But anyway, so New York State is just passed new gun laws. And this is what, thank God. Okay, so thank goodness they've passed new gun laws, because I'm sure that's going to stop the criminals right in their tracks, right? Oh my God, the criminals are going to be going, oh my goodness, if I do this, you know, I might go to jail. Really? How stupid are these people? Realistically, all gun laws do, the gun laws, especially what they're putting into place in New York, it's going to restrict the law abiding citizen. That's all it does. That's all it does. It does not stop the criminals because the criminals are still going to do what they're going to do. And here's the other thing, and I want to make a point of this so that people really truly understand. Crazy people that have an agenda where they want to hurt people are going to get that done no matter what laws you put in place, no matter what restrictions you put in place. That's it. They're going to go ahead and they're going to do whatever they're going to do. So it just, criminals don't care. They never have. The New York criminals will move to Florida. Right? Yeah, right. Well, they got to go where the money went. So they got to follow the money. So it's crazy. I don't get it. I really, really just don't get it. At what point does Albany become liable when we cannot defend ourselves in public? And see, that's what kills me. I'm going to tell you what. Like, okay, so I'm going to give you just some information that you don't need to know, but I'm going to go ahead and give that information anyway. Okay. So in West Virginia, you are allowed to open carry. You're allowed to conceal carry. Okay. You don't need a permit. You don't need permission. You don't have to register your guns. None of that stuff. Right. So when I was out yesterday, and I went to Walmart and I went to Lowe's, and so I was carrying. All right, I have a pistol on my hip. Now I did take my T-shirt and throw my T-shirt over the top of it, so that it was you know not obvious, but it's definitely I'm wearing a pair of jeans and a muscle shirt. So you could definitely tell that I had a gun on me. All right. Here's the weird concept, folks. And listen to this. This is amazing, right? Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody said a word. Nobody said anything. Nobody said you can't be armed in here. You can't, because I'm not in there causing trouble. I'm not in there causing trouble. I'm carrying my weapon on me because if somebody else decided to do anything, I'm going to be able not only to defend myself, but I'm going to be able to defend the people that are there that are not carrying. That's why we carry. That's why you want to be in a state where you have the right to be able to defend yourself. Just like that lady, folks. If you remember, of course, it wasn't national news like it should have been national news. The guy started shooting, started acting like an idiot. She pulled out her gun and she killed him, right? They should give her a medal. But the thing is, if she had been like they're doing in New York and like they're doing in California, where they're trying to disarm the law-abiding citizen, so you cannot defend yourself, what are you going to do then when some lunatic out there? Because the thing is, you never know. You just don't know, you know. But it's not about being a tough guy. It's not about look at me. I'm this, and it's not. It ain't nothing to do with any of that. It is a tool like any other tool that you have, and it serves a purpose. Serves a purpose, and that's it. And you know what? And I think that more people need to realize that. They really do, you know. Alan says, common practice here in West Virginia. Yeah, nobody made any kind of fuss. None. And if I had open carried, it would have been the same thing. So, and if you guys know me at all, I like interact with all kinds of people at the store. I talk to people. I talk to everybody, so it wasn't like, anything like that. So, but it's nice to know that I can be out in public, take care of my business, do what I got to do, and not have to worry about some lunatic coming in, opening fire on everybody, and I'm not able to defend myself. So that's just a wonderful feeling. I'll be honest with you. Wonderful feeling. So, but yeah, so that's just another point. So what are we at? 506 in the chat already here, guys. We're at only 238, not even half. That's not even 50%, you know. If you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you again to please do so. Let's just see how high we can get this up tonight. I generally don't ask as much as I already asked like 3 times already. So, but anyway, so I thank you for that ahead of time. Also, on a room full of slackers, exactly, Randy Romines. So it really does make a big difference with the algorithm. So again, I do appreciate that interaction. And if you hate me, please shoot the thumbs down. Even though, and see, I think it's kind of sad that YouTube took away the ability for you to see your thumbs down. You know, I mean, people got their jollies off of giving you a thumbs down. So I don't know what the big deal was, but yeah, I don't know. I don't get that either. But anyway, also, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you ahead of time. Um, so. And I already thumbed you up on my win. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Oh, no, there was a bunch of thumbs up before we even started the stream. I saw them. I saw there was a bunch of them already, which is cool too. I like that. That's awesome. Oh, this is going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about stuff and, and stuff like that. Do I have to pay stud fees for Hella? No. What? So we had talked, and they were like, yeah, we'll get them together and stuff like that. And so the wife had asked me. She said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." She says, "When if they get together and they breed, can we have one of the puppies?" I said, "Well, actually, I was going to talk about that with you guys because generally, the whoever the father of the puppies are, the stud thing is you get pick of the litter. So I would still give you that. I would give you pick of the litter." And she's like, "Really? That's awesome." And I'm like, "Well, of course. I mean, I just they just had one of their dogs was there was a capsule. Oh, really? A time capsule in one of the Guidestones? Interesting. I wonder what was in that." But so I told him, absolutely, you can have pick of the litter. So, Oh, and thank you. Thank you for all the judgment about me wanting to breed my dog. That's great. And in the comments, not you guys probably, but there was, oh my God. And I'm like going, really? Really? It's just people. Okay, so first of all, this is her third time going into heat. She is 2 years old now. So I wanted to wait till she was 2 years old. Okay. Hope the time capsule wasn't in the one that they blew up. Right, exactly. Um, but yeah, so she's plenty old enough to go into heat. Number one thing, just so everybody gets it, and I'm going to put it out here because Okie Forge just said it for me. She's my dog. If I want to breed my dog, I will breed my dog. If I decide not to breed my dog, I will not breed my dog. So, and I said from the beginning that you were going to breed her one time. Yes, I did, Randy Romines. I absolutely have been saying that since she was a little bitty puppy. I said, I'm not going to get her fixed, and I'm going to breed her one time because I would like to have some more. I mean, she is a wonderful, wonderful dog. Even though she knocked me down today, I was outside and I'm pulling more of the fur off of her, and then she thinks it's playtime, and she got underneath my legs and just knocked me right down. Um, the time capsule is buried 6 feet below the center of the Guidestones. Ah, okay, all right, but yeah, so that was. She's a good-natured dog, and she's a beautiful dog, and so I want, and yes, I'm planning on keeping a couple of her puppies. So those of you, and I know, I'm sure, like I said, it wasn't you guys in here in the chat, but anybody else that made their judgments, I don't care. Really don't care. It's my dog. I'm going to do what I want with her, and and that's it. So, you know, but I was just like, all these people, like, with their, and the thing is, here's the beautiful thing. You're perfectly entitled to your opinion, right? Perfectly entitled to your opinion. But this is my dog. If you don't want to breed your dog, get your dog fixed. Go ahead, take them, do what you got to do. I don't care. You know, I love animals. I love dogs. I think dogs are awesome. Shepherds are. No, I didn't buy a I haven't been out again. I forgot to get one yesterday when I was out, and obviously I probably won't be out again for more than a week. I got stuff that I want to get done. Oh, so to let you know too. So today, what I did was, I just worked on the rain catchment container. So I had all that silica and crap in there. So I flipped it on its side, and I was like reaching in the hole up to my arm. So this is poison ivy. Um, Reaching up to the hole and in with my arm and pulling this crap out and just like chunks of garbage that had to get out of there. So yeah, right. Okie Forge. We'll let you see that show that one. Yeah, I like that, and I agree the same way. Everyone has one, and they all stink. Yes, sir. I agree with you 100%. But so anyway, I cleaned all that crap out. I got actually a 5 gallon bucket and a half full of that crap out of there. So then I dumped in 2 gallon or two 5 gallon things of water into it to try to rinse it out as much as I could for right now. Drained that off. Looked in, there's still a little bit of crap in there, but what I'm gonna so then just so what I did, I had bought 4 spray paint cans. Um, Ed, whatever happened to the 10,000 gallon tank? Well, I got to talk with him. There's first of all, I can't even do anything with that if I had it here right now anyway. I couldn't afford to have the whole dug to bury it. So, right now that's not even going to matter at this moment. So that's kind of where I'm at with that one. But so anyway, so then I had four spray cans of black spray paint. So and it actually ended up taking all four, which I was really surprised it took all four. But the the tank up here now is all black. It's all been spray painted, and so tomorrow, I think, depending what the weather decides to do, I'm going to start working on. I got to put up another piece of flashing, on this side over here, and I think I showed that. But you know, just pour bacon grease where you want the hole. Hella will dig it for you. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. But anyway, yeah. So that is the prep work of the container is done. So that's what I was working. And I'm going to tell you what. When I got done with all that, it's so hot and it's so humid down here right now. I mean, I was just like covered in sweat. I mean, when you feel your sweat rolling into your butt crack, you're sweating. Okay. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, this is not fun. But, yeah, puppy mills are the worst. Yeah, I don't like puppy mills. I think that they're awful. But I think if you're, you know, responsibly breeding, the dogs, and just so you guys know too, and I'm just putting this out here. I'm not doing this because I'm going to make a bunch of money selling these puppies. That's not why I'm doing it. So people are going to think what they want. Like I said. Oh yeah, right. Okay, Patty. That's funny. I like that. Yeah, it was definitely very very warm. So, but yeah, my thing is, and this is what I got. It's in my head, and it's really really kind of weird, but it's just where I'm at in my head. As long as I'm making forward progress, I hope Hella has 10 puppies and you get stuck with them all. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. So I'd have a pack of them following me around, because every so just so what this is what happens, guys, with German shepherds. They pick one owner. That's who they pick. I know he's teasing. I know he's teasing, but I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't, because could you imagine? They're around me all the time. So who are they going to pick as their master, right? They're going to all pick me. So I would have a passel of German shepherds follow me around everywhere. Um, yeah, I'm going to need a bigger bed for all those dogs. The dogs do not sleep in the bed. Hella has tried to climb up in bed with me a couple times, and it's absolutely no dogs in the bed. It's bad enough having cats in the bed. You're fighting for a spot with cats. So, too funny. Yeah, it would be a lot of dog food. You're right about that. Yep. But So real quick, and I'm going to do this real quick, and then we'll move on. I want to talk about a couple things. I'm going to talk about Deloma Health first. JJ is going to throw the link up for this. This is a immune defense system defense. It's 8-in-1. It helps support your immune system. Vitamin C, echinacea, turmeric, zinc, vitamin D3, elderberry, ginger, and garlic. Really, really good thing to have. It comes 60 in a bottle. You take 2 a day, so it's a 30-day supply. You can save 10% by using the discount code that JJ is going to throw up there. And it's an American-made company. They're based out of Texas. They're awesome. So I like to support American companies. And all the product comes from the United States. It's not shipped in from overseas, which I think is important as well. Okay, so JJ just put the link up. So if you want to save 10%, do that. If you want to save another 10%, you can do that once you get there if you sign up to have it delivered monthly. Okay. Uh, I'm telling you right now, SHTF, we're not going to be having the intake that we have now. You need something to help with your immune system. This is a good thing to have. Okay. So, do they ship to Canada? That I don't know, Prep Rebel. You would have to go to the website and look. That I'm not sure. I'm sure that they probably do. I think I have no idea. So that is something. If you go to their website and check it out, just follow my link and see. So I'm sorry, I don't know what the answer to that is. So, um, hey Joe, how's it going today? But so anyway, really quickly then on my website, preppernurse1.com, I am doing the Legacy Freeze Dried Food Sale right now. I would ask you to take advantage of that too. You can save 20% on there by using the discount code Summer Sale 2022. Preppernurse1.com, click on store. It will drop down. You'll see Legacy Foods. You click on that. It will take you to the store within the website. Once you're in there, 25-year shelf life, GMO free, gluten options available for people that need that. Largest portion size of any of the other freeze dried food companies. It is also vegetarian, but there is also beef and chicken options available that you can buy separately. So, good thing to have in your long term preps. So, definitely check that out. Okay. But I joined as an affiliate after I purchased Deloma Health Preppers. Oh, very cool. That's very cool, William. That's awesome. So, yeah. So, William, do you know about this for shipping? If they ship to, so yeah, JJ's got the link for the Legacy freeze dried food. So, also on my website, one last thing we have, well, two things. We have the Prepper Nurse One community, free to join. You do have to register. No credit card information is asked. It's a good resource that we set up for you guys to connect with like-minded people. So definitely check that out as well. The last thing is the Forefathers, which is the CBD and hemp store. Check them out as well. It is, if you go to my website, you will see the Forefathers logo. You click on that, it will take you to their website. CBD and hemp products. You can save 15% over on their website by using the discount code Prepper Nurse One. So just putting that out there, and there we go. So, all right. Uh, so we'll get that's out of the way, and now we can move on. So we're 550 in the chat. We have 356 on the thumbs up. So real quick, I'm going to ask if you have not shot a thumbs up yet to please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much. Thank you very much ahead of time. All right. And again, it does help with the algorithms. So I do appreciate it for that reason as well. All right. So let us continue on. So a lot of distractions, a lot of look at this, look at that. Oh, another mass shooting that was planned. I heard this, and I don't know if this was true. If you have puppies that I might want one. Yeah, it's all right, Joe. Absolutely. Yeah, shepherds are. I'm going to tell you what, guys. German shepherds you cannot go wrong with. They're one of the most intelligent dogs out there. Number one. Okay, they are loyal to a fault. And whoever their owner is, whoever is the one that they look to as their master, that dog will give their life for you. And and you can't get that kind of loyalty, So, but yeah, it's just they're a great breed. And again, like I said, they're very protective, and it's a good animal to have. So, Rotties too. I love Rotties. I've had Rotties in the past. So here's the thing: is with Rotties, the females are more protective than the males, and it's the same thing with German Shepherds. So if you're looking for, unless you're training the dog to be a protection dog, females are very much more protective than males. It's just the way it is with dogs. It's just the way that they are. But like I said, yeah, the puppies would be the protection team. They absolutely would be. They absolutely would be. They're, like I said, they're. I know, like I said, when I breed her, I can't wait to see. I can't. It's gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's say she has a litter of 10, which I don't know. I don't know. She might have 6. She might have 8. Who knows? Whatever she has. It's going to be really, really hard for me because I'm a sucker. I'll be honest. I'm a sucker to just keep 2 of them. So, um, but yeah. So, do dogs bond and protect female humans? They can. Like I said, they pick one owner. The dog picks the owner. That you don't pick. If it's just you and you're by yourself at your home, then the dog is obviously going to bond with you. But if you have your wife, and you got your kids, and your kids are maybe teenagers, that dog is going to pick who that they're going to bond with. That's just how it goes. Our dog always seems to have 8. Okay. What if Hella only has one puppy? Well, I don't think that she would only have one. That's generally that. I've never really seen that. So, but Ed has the Hella has the perfect temperament for service dogs, in my humble opinion. Yeah, she would make a great service dog. Like I said, she has a really good temperament. She's very protective. You know, Rhodesian Ridgeback is a very loyal dog and very protective, male or female. Yeah, I've heard about that. I've never had one of them. I've never owned a Rhodesian Ridgeback, but I have heard about that. So, but yeah, it's just each dog is different. Each dog has its own personality. I should do a puppy count like your egg count. Well, when she has them, we'll have to have like a contest. We'll say how many puppies did she have. So, but yeah, bull mastiffs are a cool dog too. There's a lot of good dogs out there, but when I'm looking at protection, loyalty, intelligence, you know, golden retrievers and German shepherds are 2 of the smartest dogs out there, and that's just a fact. That's a that's a huge fact. So, but you have to have, if you're going to have a shepherd, you have to have that. The reason I didn't have a dog for a long time, and I had told Heather, I said I'm not going to get a dog again until I am not working a full-time job, because it's not fair to the dog. You can't give that dog the time and attention that it needs. And so, they need a lot of attention. They need a lot of space to run. They need to be able to, get out there and move around and do the different things. And so, that's she'll get out here, and like when I was picking that, then she thought it was playtime, so she would like run, and she'd go and then she would come and just like lunge at me. So yeah, she's a lot of fun. She's a lot of fun. She's a good dog. But labs are smart too. Trained mine to fetch a beer from the fridge. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But we have a German Shepherd rescue dog, and my wife is the master. Yeah, like I said, the dogs will pick. So there is no topic tonight, Lori. We're talking about a lot of different things. So that's the whole beauty of tonight's topic, that there is no specific topic that we're talking about. So it works out really, really well that way. So that's the beauty of that. That's why I did it that way, because I knew I wanted to talk about the Guidestones, the Georgia Guidestones. There, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the oil and stuff like that. You know, the gun laws in New York that they just put into place because they're trying to restrict people from being able to defend themselves. Why would you want to see? Here's another thing that I don't understand. Why would you want to not allow people to be able to protect themselves? That I'll never never understand that. So it doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Did you get the stuff done on the rain catchment? I worked on it today, Joe. I actually talked about it earlier. I cleaned out the silica out of the container, and that took a while. And then I actually spray painted the um, the catchment black. So that part is all done as well. So the reason too, so those of you that don't know, clear rain catchment thing basically is what it was. It's used to store other things, and they're always clear, right? Clear plastic. So when you spray paint it, you're protecting when water goes in there. So the sunlight would go through the clear plastic, and you would get a lot of algae. You would get crap in your water. But when you spray paint it black, the sunlight doesn't penetrate it, so the water stays good. It doesn't go crappy. Like with my one that I have in New York right now, if I unscrew the top of that, it's just clear water. So that's a really cool thing. So yeah, sun will grow algae if you don't coat it. So that's why you have to coat it. New York City is having a hard time hiring people as police officers. I wonder why. Yeah, well, when you have the catch and release program like they have in New York, the bail reform nonsense, um, criminals just do whatever they want to do. So yeah, it's just craziness in my opinion. You see those type of things, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And it just the whole mindset of that. What I want you guys to think about, and I really want you to take this into consideration, even if you're anti-gun, because if you're anti-gun, that is your business. You can be anti-gun. You don't have to have a gun. You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't like them or whatever. Don't get one. You know what I mean? That's my thing. Don't get one. But if you want one, you should have the right to, without any kind of restrictions. If you're old enough to get one, and like I said, you're not on all kinds of antidepressants and psychotropic medication, and you're not bipolar, and all those type of things. I mean, there should be certain criteria that you have to meet, from that aspect of it. Here's something that I want you to think about, okay? And tell me what is the correlation with this. So let's talk about this topic for a second, because this is another one that drives me nuts. So all of you in states like New York State, legal marijuana now. Pretty soon they'll have the dispensaries open, probably within the next couple of months. They made it legal last year. You can drive around in your car. I think it's 3 ounces of weed in your car, right? Um, 3 ounces of weed in the car. You can have 5 pounds of weed at your house. You can grow a certain number of plants, and that's perfectly legal now in New York State, right? So you decide, okay, I'm going to go get my medical marijuana card so that I can go buy weed because I like to smoke pot. So that way you can go to the dispensary. You can say, here's my medical marijuana card, and now I can get marijuana. Fantastic, right? One small catch. One small catch. If you have your medical marijuana card, you just gave up your gun rights because you will never get another gun. Never. And if you have any, they're going to take them away from you. So think about that. And that's a little caveat that they don't talk about, that's kind of tucked into that. Um, you know, that is, I want you guys to, how many times, and this is what I want you to explain to me. I want you to explain this to me. How many times have you seen a pothead, somebody stoned out of their mind, go out and do a mass shooting? How many times have you seen that? I can guarantee you how many times it's happened. Guaranteed. Zero. Zero. You know why? Because the only thing you're going to do if you're stoned is you're going to get a sandwich and you're going to take a nap. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be vegged out. You're all chilled out. You're enjoying your little trip. That's it. That's it. You're not out there doing mass shootings. So where's the correlation that you have to give up your gun rights if you have your medical marijuana card? Explain that one to me. It's insanity. It's another game that's being perpetuated against legal gun owners. Yeah, or play video games and listen to music. Yes. I've listened to some great. I'm going to tell you what. As you know, there have been times that I have partaken in the past. Um, listening to the Doors, listening to Pink Floyd, Nirvana. Oh my God. You understand, you get the meaning. When you're baked and you're listening to that, oh, you're like, I get it. I get it. Some of the best conversations that I've ever had, okay? Um, the best conversations I've ever had has been being stoned. And then we get into these debates. It's fun, you know. Yeah, I'm a grazer. I partake occasionally. I just I know what it does to me. So if I want to be productive, I can't be stoned. That's just yep. Smells Like Teen Spirit. Absolutely. That was a great album. Great album. So the Devil's Lettuce. Yes, indeed. That's what I like to still call it that. I think that's funny. But it's just people are just unbelievable. What's the length of the camper? It's 27 feet. It's a 27-foot camper. Yeah, so here's a correlation. Let's do this one. You got 5 stone guys over here. You got 5 drunk guys over here. The 5 stone guys are going to chill. They're going to have a good time. They're going to be just enjoying each other's company, listening to music. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's trying to be a tough guy. You 5 guys over here that are drunk. You got the guy that is the nicest guy normally, but then when he gets drunk, he turns into a complete a-hole because they're out there. It happens, right? It happens. And there's going to be a fight with the 5 drunk guys. Guaranteed. Going to be a fight. So, but they'll sell you any amount of booze you want. And that's perfectly fine. So I smoke weed to make other people more interesting. I like that one. That's actually very funny. Farmer Bob. That's awesome. But yeah, it's amazing to me. But again, these are all tools that are being used against us. Oh, it's egg count time, guys. I'm getting yes. Okay, Jen, relax, sweetheart. I forgot. I just looked up. I realized I'm 2 minutes late. Please forgive me. All right, guys. Egg count time. Yes or no for thick neck? And what was the egg count? And I'm not giving you any hints of what happened yesterday. All right. Give you guys a minute to get your guesses up here. Okay. I see several of you actually have it right today, but the first one that I saw that had it right was Voice of the People with 6 eggs and yes, thick neck laid today. So yesterday, it was 9 eggs yesterday and no thick neck yesterday. Heather's like, it's just so hot up here, Dad. I don't think they're laying because it's so hot. So there's only 6 eggs today. But so Voice of the People was the winner. And that is where we're at. Weed is legal in Canada for 3 years now. No need of any kind of card. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, the thing is, with making the weed legal, you're still going to have people growing independently. They're going to grow for their own head, is what they're going to do. And who cares, right? It ain't hurting nobody. Like I said, I'm going to tell you what. I'll tell you something that I said 30 years ago. 30 years ago. You can agree with me or you can disagree with me. Okay. But it's 2 things that are never going to stop, that have always happened and will continue to happen. 30 years ago, I said, what do I get, Ed? You get bragging rights until the next time, but you win absolutely nothing. Congratulations. um, so, 2 things 30 years ago, I said they need to legalize marijuana, regulate it, and tax it, right? Said that 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I also said they need to legalize prostitution, regulate it, and tax it. You regulate it to keep the girls safe. Because the thing is, folks, if you agree with prostitution or don't agree with prostitution, it's been going on. It's the world's oldest profession. It's never going to stop. You're never going to stop it, no matter what. Why not make it so that the girls that are going to do it, or guys, because guys do it too, they're out there turning tricks too, that they can be safe. That's my thing with that. You look at Amsterdam. They have the streets in Amsterdam where you can walk down. You can pick what you want, pick your flavor. You go in, you pay your fee, and you do what you got to do. So what? Sex is always going to happen, never going to stop. And again, so, there is a lot of people, and probably a lot of the ones that are the biggest ones that are going to condemn it and hell and damn it are going to be the ones that are out there doing it. So, to me, like I said, keep the girls safe. Get them away from these pimps that are beating the crap out of them and taking all their money. So, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. You can think whatever you want to think, and that's perfectly fine. I am okay with that. You don't have to agree with me. Sandy says, I've always enjoyed visiting Amsterdam, a great place. I've never been there. I've never been over in Europe, period. So, prostitution is legal and regulated in Nevada. Not all of Nevada, Okie Forge. Certain parts of Nevada. Certain parts. Because if you go to the Strip, it's definitely not regulated and legal there. So that's something to remember too. But certain parts of Nevada, yes. Like the Bunny Ranch, I know that's one of those places. Can't go for taxing what goes on in the bedroom. Well, if you're paying for it, well, you're always paying for it. I mean, let's be honest. You're always paying for it. So I love that when people say, well, I don't pay for sex. Yes, you do. If you're married, you got a wife, you're paying for sex. One way or another. Yeah, I'm on a roll tonight. Sorry. But it's like the people that take that moral high ground. I don't pay for sex. Everybody pays for sex. So one way or another, you're paying, boys and girls. One way or another. uh, Not cool when you catch your other half at a strip club. Yeah, it's probably not where you want to see them. Probably not where you want to see them. So. But again, like I said, and the thing is, I'm a realist, folks. That's I share information, but I'm real. I am who I am. I don't there's nothing pretentious about me, you know. And like I said, I have my opinions. My opinions are strong opinions. And like I said, a lot of people may not agree with it. So and that's okay. Like I said, you don't have see the beautiful thing in life is we can agree to disagree and still be friends. Imagine that. It's amazing how that works. So oh my God, that's funny. Juby Joe says, and if you're married, you pay for not having sex. Yeah, right. Well, here's the oldest joke in the world. Okay, and this it's clean. It's clean enough. How do you get a woman to stop having sex with you? You marry her. Bada bing. Bing. Uh, Sorry guys. Angela Fleming, what a concept. Debate and stay friends. Imagine that, right? Imagine that. Ed, you were allowed your opinions. Too many people today think that only their opinions count. Well, and the thing is, it's just to me, I have good friends of mine that we'll sit down and we'll have a good debate. I mean, a really good debate. We'll get heated, very strong opinions, and that's fine. And at the end of the conversation, we'll be like, "You want another beer? Yeah, I'm good. All right, man. Well, hey, have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Whatever. You know what I mean?" So. No, Lori, I haven't done the railroad ties yet. I'm waiting till I have some help this weekend. Instead of trying to do it by myself, I'm going to wait till I have some helping hands. So that will be this weekend. Yeah, friends can do that, and that's cool, right? But yeah, it's just people are interesting. It there used to be you were used to be able to have a debate with somebody, have your opinion, and you could still be friends and get along fine. Now, people just they flip out. You know what I mean? Heaven forbid that you have a difference of opinion from them, and if you don't think exactly like they do, you'll be gone. Yep, it's a mag weekend. Yes, it is. Yep. When I was 15, my mom's best friend and her 6-year-old son was murdered by a man who said he was high smoking pot. I find that really, really hard to believe, Denise. He had to be on something else, unless the weed was laced with something. I've never seen anybody get violent, and what you're saying could be 100% true, and I'm not saying that it's not. Okay, but I think there had to be more involved in that because I've never seen anybody get stoned and get violent ever in my life. So, so yeah, probably laced with something for him to murder other people. So, yes, indeed. So, what are we at? 552 in the chat. We're at 436 on the thumbs up. So, again, if you have not shot a thumbs up, please do so to show support for the channel. I do appreciate that, and thank you very much ahead of time. Also, it really does make a big difference with the algorithms, so I thank you for that reason as well. And if you are not on the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. I'll tell you a story that happened to me one time. I had a guy, we were smoking a joint with a guy. This is going way, way, way back. He had laced a joint with PCP and didn't tell me. That was an interesting day. I will tell you that because it hit me when I was driving. Dropped my girlfriend off at her house, and then all of a sudden I was like, "What is going on?" It was bad. Um, I, me personally, I do not like hallucinogenics. Shrooms are a little different; they're more mellow. But anything like acid or PCP, I did acid one time. I did PCP one time, not on purpose. It wasn't because I wanted to. Um, Not my cup of tea. Oh no, absolutely not. Not I did not like that. Those, like I said, that was not a good day. But it happens. You know what I mean? It happens. And that's when, unless you are really good friends with that person, you know where that weed's coming from. You got to be careful because there are people out there that are a-holes that will do that type of stuff. I never smoked with him again. Let's put it like that. Never smoked with that dude again. So, but yeah, that was a day that my dead grandmother was talking to me. Yeah, it was an interesting day. Really, really not fun. Prep Rebel says shrooms are awesome. I love watching the stars explode. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Hey, you know what? Like I said, I haven't done that, and I will tell you this: another true story. I've only done shrooms one time, and I ended up in a fight doing shrooms. But the guy that got an attitude readjustment got it. What got deserved what he got. Um, so yeah, that was and it wasn't the shrooms that made me fight him. He got his butt handed to him because he was a jerk. So I'll have to share that story another time. But uh, send some of that rain down to Middle Tennessee. It's really weird. Um, it's really weird how certain areas of the country are plenty of rain. Like here, we're good. You know what I mean? New York, where I'm at, where I'm at in New York, they're good. Then you get out west, and there's just no rain happening. Not good, not good. But Andrea Schultz said, "I will slip some PCP or angel dust, and then I found out later it didn't do anything for me. And the same thing with mushrooms; it didn't do anything to me. I would have rather smoked a joint." Different people, things affect people different ways. But yeah, I like I said, didn't like the acid either. So what happens when you take acid? So for those of you that don't know, so when you take acid, you have your trip, you do your thing. Now here's the other thing. They call them flashbacks. You can have another trip out of the blue down the road, and that actually happened to me as well. Freaked out. I mean, freaked out. didn't realize it was a flashback. And I had one guy that this guy was like, so in the military, they'll test you for marijuana, they'll test you for coke and that type of stuff. There is no test for acid. So a lot of people did acid in the military because there was no test for it, right? So this guy was a big, he tripped all the time, this one guy. And I mean, he'd be in formation just laughing and just, you knew he was tripping again. And his explanation to me was, he said, flashbacks are free gifts from God. And I'm like, I don't want any more free gifts. But yeah, and flashbacks usually have, yeah, it was not, I did not have the initial trip wasn't horrible. The flashback was really bad. And so, and I've never had another one since then, but that was when I was 19. So it's just a few years ago, but never do it again. Nope. Not interested. Don't want to. Back in the 70s, there were no tests. Yeah, well, they changed all that up. People were getting discharged left, right, and center when I was in. Left, right, and center. All right, let's see. Where is my folder? Where is it hiding? I know it's here someplace. Let's see. Did I put that someplace? No, it's got to be here. Hold on. I got to move stuff. Too much crap. All right, where is it? Oh, it's right here. See, wasn't too much crap. It was right there, right in front of my face. I'll move my Doritos bag back in place. All right. Let's do some shout outs for some other channels. A lot of good channels out there. Again, I think we should be supporting each other, and that's why I do shout outs. All right. So start off with Icky Can. Real good guy. I like him very much. I love what he's doing up in Canada, so I definitely think you should support him. JJ just threw his link up there. Okay. Also, Angry Prepper with Jason in New York City. You have Alaska Prepper with Rudy, another good guy. Alaskan Granny. We have Sean James with the Sean James channel and myself, Reliance. Really good watching him build, watch what he's going to do and stuff. It's really cool to see. North Shore Preparedness, also up in Canada. You have Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen, 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. Bizarrizza Jizza, who is in New York as well, with the Carrington Chronicles. Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast in Seattle. Another really good channel. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. You have Wrangle Star with Cody, really good guy as well, I think. Red Poppy Ranch. You have Survival Lily. Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra doing their thing up in Minnesota. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, a husband and wife. Awesome people to watch. Really a lot of good information with them too. So Green Greg's, another good guy. Southern Prepper 1. You have Gray Man Prepping. St. Bernard Acres with Joe, who's in the chat tonight. And then you have Doug and Stacy. There is the Nomadic Movement down in Panama. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona. I really like what they're doing. Camping with Steve Wallace. Monkey Works. The Needy Homesteader, really like her channel as well. Boss of the Swamp, I like what he does. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, love Diamond, I think he's awesome. Petra with Appalachian Homestead. Patera. I went back to saying it like I said it before. City Prepper, you have Lumina Acres. Suspicious Observer, Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma. Let's see, where was I? See, I got distracted again. Mary Greeley News. She's pretty awesome too. All the updates about the earthquakes and stuff, she's right on top of a lot of that stuff, especially with Yellowstone. Adapt 2030, Ice Age Farmer. Ryan Hall, y'all, with the weather. Gotta love Ryan Hall, y'all. I think he's awesome. Russell Brand. A lot of good information with Russell Brand as well. I think he's a really good dude and a bit of a hippie, bit of a tree hugger, but he's a really good guy. Let's see. We have Deep South Homestead, The Outsider, The Fit Farmer, Prepper Princess, Simple Life Reclaimed, Town Seeds, The Prepared Mind, Pinball Preparedness, gotta like pinball. He's his own Sasquatch. East Tennessee Preparedness, The Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Gritty. They are in Tennessee as well. So really, oh, and I just set up without having my pen back in there. Keeps my book place marked. All right. All right. So anyway, so that's that. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you guys, and this was a comment that I got. I just laughed. I just laughed. So I was using WD-40 on the shipping container. Now, what I did not do, which I need to go back and do again, is hit the hinges when you open and close it. I wasn't even thinking about them at the time, but I have to go back and hit the hinges. So I had somebody made the comment, well, how do you call yourself an environmentalist if you're using that product? It's this, it's that, it's the other thing. Well, first of all, I have never called myself an environmentalist, ever. I've never called myself a tree hugger, ever. So, oh, Heather's Etsy store. Yes, I'm sorry. Let's mention Heather's Etsy store as well. Heather is doing crocheting. She's also makes jewelry. So she makes cat hats, dog hats. She'll make scarves, all that type of stuff. So definitely check all that out as well. JJ will throw her link up there as well. So, and but if you want to go over and support her over there, I would definitely appreciate that. When did Ed ever call himself an environmentalist? Those are usually Democrats. I've never called myself an environmentalist. I just try. I'm going to tell you what I try to do, as much as I can, is live as one with nature. Have some kind of symbiotic relationship with nature. I try to do things as naturally as I possibly can. And that's what I try to do. I just try to live my life. I love nature. Actually, I got to throw up. I didn't do it yet, and I'll throw it on my Instagram thing. So yesterday, Hella and I were outside right at dusk, and I was looking up the hill up to the upper meadow, and there was a deer. There was a deer standing right up at the top of the hill, and it ended up being I took a couple pictures, and it ended up being a really cool couple pictures. So I will be throwing them up on Twitter, Prepper Nurse One on Twitter, and I'll throw them on Instagram as well on Prepper Nurse One over there, if you want to check those out. So I think that was really cool. So the containers are designed to open the right door first and close it last. Okay, RV search. Yeah, because I was having some issues with it, and I'm not putting anything in the shipping container until I get it up on the railroad ties. So that will be hopefully happening this weekend. We'll get the railroad ties back in here, and yeah, Doritos are 100% natural. That's right. Brought to you by Doritos. I like Doritos, so that's the reason I have them. And see, here's the other thing too, and I want to, when you're prepping, make sure you prep what you like, prep what you'll eat. I don't understand why people think, well, okay, I've never eaten this or I've never eaten that, so I'm going to get a whole bunch of it. Why would you do that? Why not get something that you like? Like one of the things, guys, that I like honey. I love honey. So I will prep honey big time. And I also have a sweet tooth. So, but the thing is, if you're buying local honey from beekeepers, it's awesome. You know. Thank you for making me belly laugh. You are awesome. Hey, no problem, man. You got to have fun with it too. I mean, you can't be super serious and oh my God, the sky is falling, the end of the world is coming, and whatever's going to happen, folks, is going to happen. All we have control over, realistically, is what we do to prepare for that. What we're trying to do to be as ready as we possibly can be for when that time comes. Yeah, right. JJ's funny. But no, I like I said, I love honey. So if I can get, like I said, local raw honey, that's what I'm looking for always. So I usually buy. I got a couple that I brought down with me from New York. I usually buy it 5 pounds a time. So far too many. Oh my God, the world is ending videos. Yeah, I get. It gets really really old. I don't think that it is productive to try to scare everybody all the time. Are there things to be concerned about? Absolutely. There's a lot to be concerned about. But if you are working methodically to making your life better, number one, still living your life, still go on vacation, still do what you want to do things that you enjoy, do things that give you pleasure and that you enjoy. I think that that's important. But at the same time, you continue to prepare, you continue to get ready because the unknown is the unknown. And I know I'm going to say it again, like I probably say in every stream. When SHTF happens, you're going to have what you have. No more trips to the store, none of that stuff. So you're going to have what you have. So whatever you got, that's what you're going to have, and be ready for that because that's a reality that can happen. So something to think about, something to definitely think about. So I hate the ones who say you must do this or else. Yeah, you know what? We all have our own path. We're all in different parts of the country. We're in different parts of the world. What works for me here in West Virginia is completely going to be different than what works for me in New York because it's a different demographic. It's more than 500 miles apart. So it's different. What works for me here in West Virginia would be different than what works for somebody that's in Nevada, you know. Ed, what's your opinion on the Georgia Guidestones? I thought actually, that somebody who actually went to the trouble to blow it up. I'm like, that's a bit extreme. You know what I mean? But I get it. It pissed a lot of people off. They didn't like it. And so, everybody has that choice. Everybody has that option. All right. So, real quick, guys, it is that time for We Are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network of people. We are the ones that can make a difference now. We're the ones that can make a difference after SHTF happens. Where is everybody from tonight? So we have Dayton, Ohio, Franklin County, Ohio, Tucson, Arizona, Frankfurt, Illinois, Waterloo, New York, Melbourne, Australia, with Philip is in the house, northeast coast of, let's see, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Ulster Park, New York, Littleton, New Hampshire, St. Augustine, Florida, Round Rock, Texas, Georgia, BC, Canada, Campbell, Missouri, Southeast Wisconsin, Connecticut, London, Central Arizona, Memphis, Tennessee, Alabama, Roll Tide, of course, Erin, Tennessee, Brighton, Colorado, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. I just saw California just went by. We let's see, Middle Georgia, Gulf Coast of Florida, Arlington, Washington, Des Moines, Iowa, Bellevue, Nebraska, Glenville, Georgia, Hale, Michigan, East Central Illinois, Scottsdale, Arizona, Southeast Wisconsin, Western North Carolina, Trinidad in the West Indies. Very nice. Well, glad to have you here, Valerie. Thanks for coming. North Highlands of California, Rolling Meadows, Illinois, South Central Wisconsin, Groveland, Massachusetts, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, West Virginia, or Southern West Virginia. Sorry, Alan, I know exactly where you are. Port, let's see, Port Forward, Oregon, Leslie Lake, Montana, York, Pennsylvania, Carmel, New York, Cheektowaga, New York, Fort Worth, Texas, Missouri, Central New York, New Hampshire, Vienna, Ohio, North Carolina, Canandaigua, New York, Peter Whip, Belgium. I hope I said that right. Glad to have you here as well. Nitro, West Virginia with Sandy's Adventures. Let's see. All the Guidestones now have been removed by the state. Okay. Piedmont, North Carolina. So, but again, guys, we are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge, huge network of people. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. We're the ones that can make a difference. We can make a difference now with trying to educate people, trying to wake people up. Uh, may work, may not work. It happens. So we are the ones, especially after an SHTF event. We're going to be the ones that can really make a difference because we're going to be able to educate and help people to help themselves. And the biggest thing that I would say to people: don't be victims. Don't wait around to be a victim. Educate yourself, learn as much as you possibly can, and just kind of go from there. So, what are we at? 493 on the thumbs up. We're down to 387 in the chat. So, we got about 5 minutes to go. Let's, for fun, 525. Why not, right? Ed, you've got a large following, almost king status. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think king status, but there's a lot of people that are subscribed to the channel, which has been cool. YouTubers have been playing a ton of games lately, a ton of games. They recently just took away 70 more subscribers, so yeah, they're a lot of fun. Love YouTube. They unsubscribe people that don't want to be unsubscribed. It's great, but they let the trolls. Well, they're not just so much the trolls, but the porn bots. They come in there all the time, and that's fine. I have to block them. So. Anyway, 507. So we're going for 525. If you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I would appreciate it if you would do so. And thank you ahead of time. So I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate the support. I really do. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here, because without your support, I wouldn't be here. So I do appreciate that as well. And so thank you ahead of time for all of that. But yeah, notifications are pretty wonky of late. Yeah, that's they like to do that too. They don't notify people when I put a video up. Even if you hit the bell icon and hit all, that's the other thing. You definitely got to continue to check that because they will change it, which is always fun too. Nope, I haven't got the plaque yet, Delta Prepper. Nope. So, nope, never got it yet. I'm at 107,000 now. So, yeah, I'm gonna have, and I still haven't done it. I should just write somebody, because there's nobody you can call. They don't have a number where you can call somebody and actually talk to somebody. Because why would you have that when you're a business, right? So, but yeah, I would like to get it. I think it would be cool to have it. So, but anyway, remember, folks, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we could ever figure that out, we would be in much, much better situation. Much better situation. When you change your mailing address, they can't send it. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean they can't send it. I don't know what you mean, Randy Romines. I must have missed something. So, again, like I said, they use race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax. These are all tools that are used to keep us divided, to keep us fighting amongst each other. We have to stop doing that. We have to come together. We have so much power as people that if we ever come together, you change your mailing address to the plaque from YouTube. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to email somebody. I'm gonna have to email somebody and see what they have. So yeah, like I said, definitely would like to get the plaque. So, but anyway, also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goal is you. That's it. Nobody else. So stay positive, stay away from the negativity. You're fine. So that's all we can do. Don't listen to people that tell you what you cannot accomplish, because they do that because they want to keep you down. They don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to be happy, and that's a tragedy to me. It's sad. So just kind of do that. Did I notify YouTube of my new address? I think so. I think they have the right address. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna have to shoot them an email of some sort and see where I can get that figured out. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, we blew through 525 too, or 532, so that's awesome. So anyway, be good, be safe, keep prepping, don't stop prepping, control what you can control, and that's one thing you can control. What, how much, and how much prep. Oh, I got to tell you another one I got just recently, just for fun, because I love when they send me the message. Love that. It's my favorite. They said, after watching your recent video where you bought all of the rolled gauze bandages, you're selfish and I'm unsubscribing. Okay, bye. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, well, your opinion. Congratulations. Unbelievable. So, anyway, guys, I will see you all later. Have a great one. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.